Allô, Nissan? Hey, grosse tempête, hein?
Hey, Karine, oui, je sais, les vilains bonhommes de neige sont de retour.
Mais avec le Nissan Rogue à traction intégrale, c'est pas stressant.
Exact, il est conçu et testé pour nos hivers. Oh, Karine, il y a un bonhomme dans le Rogue.
Ah, c'est correct. J'ai allumé les sièges chauffants.
Ah, bien joué, Karine. Maîtrisez toutes les conditions. Louez le Rogue S 2026 à partir de 0,4 jusqu'à 36 mois, incluant une réduction fidélité de 0,5 pour les clients Nissan admissibles. Jusqu'au 2 mars, sur approbation de crédit, les conditions s'appliquent. Détails chez Nissan.
Oh, electrification of transit, electrification of everything. Now, this could be the future of regional transit. Flying electric vehicles that could be coming to Quebec skies, all part of a plan for a regional network of something called electric VPorts. Let's find out more from Dr. Fethi Chebil, president and founder of VPorts. Dr. Chebil, welcome to the show.
Hello, yes. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Okay, so there's a lot of terms here that I want to sort of get into first. So I'm hearing about electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft called eVTOLs, and I'm also hearing about VPorts and that. So why don't you tell our listeners about your unique vision for the future of regional transit?
eVTOLs are, as you mentioned, electrical vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. We do VPorts. VPorts are basically the infrastructures that will be required for this machine to take off and landing. These machines are available right now in the market. By available, I mean they are flying for testing. They are not yet certified. I will say it again. They are not yet certified. There's almost 350 companies in the world right now manufacturing these eVTOL. There are almost 600 design or prototypes that are available right now, basically, to fly. But only 6 are doing testing. 6 companies are testing real flights, mostly in the U.S. and Germany. We don't do eVTOLs. We do infrastructures enabling these machines to fly. Why these machines are interesting or important or basically the next step right now in aviation area? Because they fly cheaply in comparison to helicopters. They are very less expensive to maintain, much less expensive to operate, and basically there is no noise behind it. It's almost between 30 to 60 decibels. It's basically the normal surrounding noise that you can hear right now if you're going to go outside. And they fly almost 250 kilometers. So basically Quebec, Montreal, we can do it around 1 hour today. We believe by 2030 we can get it for 45 minutes. We do VPorts to make sure that these aircraft or these eVTOLs could fly in Quebec easily. So that's why we developed the first network of VPort in the world, actually, which is in Quebec, where we can cover the whole region of Quebec and mainly the remotely less reached serviced area right now in Quebec, basically in the north, including the airport operated or managed today by Transport Quebec, which is the extreme north of the province of Quebec. This is the difference.
Now, can you,
between eVTOLs and VPorts, yes.
Dr. Chebil, could you just, like, for these vehicles, okay, you know, I know it's got the vertical takeoff and landing like a helicopter, but for our listeners, what do these vehicles look like? Do they look like a helicopter? Do they look like a really, really big drone that could take people? Do they look like a plane? What do these vehicles look like?
Yeah, they're proposed. The engines are not like the engine used by helicopters. It's electrical propulsion. So they say basically electrical type of engines. So that's why you cannot hear them. And there is different configurations. Joint air mobility, for example, this looks like helicopters, but they are not. And others are like a machine. I think I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe it yet, but just go.
Well, like how many seats would it have?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So, for example, we can find like 6 seats, including the pilots, or 3 seats, including the pilot. So we have different configuration for that.
Okay, so let's get to the network part of this, right? A VertiPort network, which is where you come in with VPorts. We're with Dr. Fethi Chebil, founder and president of VPorts. So let's talk about your vision for this network. For instance, if I wanted to take one of these eVTOLs in the future, where do you think you'll end up? Like, I'll just take a drive to a place like near the airport or somewhere else? How will this network work?
Perfect. So up to 2030, we believe, because of the regulations that is required and the certification needed for the eVTOLs to fly and for us to receive these eVTOLs, it will be used only for cargo or regional and health-related advanced air mobility. By health means transportation of organs or, patient, basically, people that they need to move quickly. So up to 2030, I don't think you can fly within the eVTOLs, maybe a couple if required, if it's needed under proper supervision. After 2030, definitely, I think people could move because by then the machine will be ready and basically will be certified, and then people can move. Now, if you want to move from Montreal to Quebec, or from Montreal to, let's say, Rivière-du-Loup, for example, or for instance, so then you have to use our VertiPorts, and then from there you can use the eVTOL. You can fly from eVTOL. The VertiPorts are like helipads, used by helicopters today, and of course there's a lot of changes that we have to have in these pads. And these pads, this VertiPorts, will be deployed in different cities. And basically, for now, are away from the city. So you will not see VertiPort in downtown. It's not our plan at all.
Gotcha.
So it's basically remotely, outside of the city, and then up to when the regulator will allow us to be more closer to people, and then by then you can fly from your neighborhood. But
can I ask you how much would a trip cost? I know, let's say, a helicopter ride is pretty expensive here. So how much would a trip in an eVTOL cost?
There is a lot of study, Elias, right now about the pricing elasticity, and even us, when we try to locate the VertiPorts, we do pricing elasticity, we call it. So basically, today we know that if the eVTOL will fly from now up to 2030 again, it will cost almost 1/5 of the price of what we have today by a helicopter. Today, with the technology today. But definitely we know that by 2040, 2045, it will cost much less than that.
Dr. Chebil, we have to leave it there. Thanks for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Fethi Chebil is president and founder of VPorts, trying to make that a reality in the future.